Now, the government has announced today that rules on adoption are to be changed to make the process of finding a permanent home for children in care simpler. Adoptions are currently at a 10-year low, with only 60 babies adopted last year and over 65,000 children in care.
This week, the first conference aimed at encouraging lesbian and gay couples to adopt or foster a child is taking place at venues in the Midlands. Today, the Education Secretary, Michael Gove, who himself was adopted, encouraged potential adopters from all sections of society to come forward.
What I have come across are any number of cases where children have been abused and neglected because they've been left in dreadful conditions. You know, one story of a child who was so, poorly fed by their parents that they'd given up crying because it didn't have any effect. And to think that child had been allowed to stay in that home for so long, when there are countless mums and dads who would have wanted to give that child a home, it's just heartbreaking. So I hope that we can focus our attention on making sure that we back social workers when they make the right decision, and that we also say to anyone who wants to adopt, gay, straight, black, white, whatever, you can give a loving home to a child, and we want to help you.
Well, our correspondent Jane Hesketh has been talking to two couples about their experiences of adoption.
When Suzanne and Sarah from Leicester applied to be adoptive parents, they thought that being a lesbian couple will put them at the very back of the queue, but not so.
The fact that we were older and it wasn't mentioned surprised me, and the fact that we were gay and adopting and nobody said anything surprised me as well. And it was nice, but it was a lovely surprise,
Yeah. Well, yes, because you always walk around with them at the back of your head with there could be potential flack here, but actually there's not been any at all. Not that we have been aware of, shall we say.
Last year, just days after being approved by social services, their 4-year-old daughter moved in with them.
She just knows that she's got two mums, and that some people have a mum and a dad, and some people have two dads, and some people just have one of each, or one parent. And as far as she knows, she's just got two mums, and that for her is perfectly normal. She doesn't know she isn't really aware that she's any different from anybody else.
Lesbians and gay men have been able to legally adopt and foster children since 2005, and yet currently only 2% of adopters are gay. Social workers say sexuality has no bearing on the ability to be a good parent.
Actually, I think it is becoming a lot more common. We've approved a number of gay and lesbian couples in the last year alone, and 2 of those couples have been very successfully placed with children, so I would absolutely urge people to come forward if they're thinking of it.
This Friday, an event's being held at Highbury Hall in Birmingham. It's for lesbian, gay, bisexual and transgender people who are thinking about adopting or fostering. Stuart is part of the support group organising it. He and his partner adopted twin girls 4 years ago, and they're currently going through the whole process again to adopt a baby brother for them.
I think gay adopters need the support because sometimes they may not realise that they can be parents. Sometimes they may feel, even now, that they may get discriminated against. When you're going through the process and you're the only person of a particular type, so if you're the only black person or the only gay person, it can feel quite intimidating. So to know that there is a wider circle of people going through the same experience is reassuring.
The number of prospective adopters coming forward is now at a 10-year low. That's despite social services casting their net ever wider. 70% of children in care come from abusive or neglectful backgrounds, so the need for new mums and dads from all walks of life has never been greater. Jane Hesketh for Central Tonight.